How's it going, guys? I'm here to review Halloween 2, 1981.
I shot him 6 times. I shot him in the heart. This man, he's not human.
Universal Pictures presents Halloween 2, More of the Night He Came Home.
This movie is directed by Rick Rosenthal. Sorry, my pronunciation sucks, but yes, John Carpenter is actually not back to direct this movie, but instead he is the producer in this movie with Deborah Hill. So yeah, this movie is directed by Rick Rosenthal, like I said, and he also directed one of the later sequels, Halloween Resurrection. So obviously, this story takes place literally seconds after the original one left off. Well, if you guys haven't seen the original one, which I don't know if I think everybody knows the ending by now, but okay. But if you guys haven't seen the original one, or if you haven't watched my review of the first one, just click off now because spoilers are going to be ahead. So in the last movie, Dr. Loomis shoots Michael Myers 6 times to save Laurie Strode. Michael Myers falls off of the house, or he falls off the house. Grammar. So when Dr. Loomis comes downstairs to go outside to check if Michael's body's there, he discovers a trail of blood, and Michael's pretty much missing. He's on the run again. And Dr. Loomis is shocked because he shot him 6 times, and there's no way a man can survive 6 shots and just walk away. So that's how he knows, like, Michael's not human. So of course he gets all the police chiefs, the force, to track down and find Michael, because he's still convinced that he is actually out there and not dead, while Laurie is taken to the hospital, and obviously Michael Myers is still looking for Laurie Strode, and he tracks her down to the hospital, and one by one, nurses, doctors get killed by Michael Myers' wrath while he's on the rampage to get Laurie Strode. And yes, the reason why he's going after Laurie Strode is revealed in this movie. I don't want to say the spoiler. If you guys haven't seen this movie or seen any of the Halloween movies, please just watch it for yourself. The twist is like, whoa.
Who is it?
There was nothing within him, neither conscience nor reason, that wasn't even remotely human. This is some kind of a joke. I've been trick-or-treated to death tonight. You don't know what death is.
So that's pretty much the plot in a nutshell. What did I think of this movie? This movie is a really good sequel. It's still a classic. It's probably the best sequel, in my opinion, in this franchise. And this is pretty much my second favorite look of Michael Myers. The mask, I am assuming, is the original mask from the first one, but they slightly changed it, or I don't know what was going on, but I think it's this, they reused the same mask. That's why it looks a little bit more torn down or tore up. But I'm not too sure, honestly. But the mask, the point is, the mask is a little bit creepy in this one as well, like the first one. Like the look of Michael Myers, and yeah. All these new characters are actually well developed. Some of them are actually likable. Some of them are just one of those characters you can tell they're just gonna die anyways, just kill off. And Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode, Donald Pleasence as Dr. Loomis, great as always in this Halloween franchise. They're like one of the staples in this franchise. Michael Myers, like I said, he's brutal in this movie. He's still creepy as always. The special effects in this movie is pretty good. This one's a little bit gorier than the first one. It's not like super gory, but it does show you more of the kills than the last movie. And I do like Halloween 2's theme. It's the same theme from the first one, composed by John Carpenter, but this one's a little bit different. It sounds more of it's kind of weird. It sounds like more of an arcade theme, like a Sega Genesis version of the Halloween theme. It's kind of weird to explain, but yes, it's still a good theme. Halloween 2 has pretty much one of the best themes, because each movie has a certain theme. They just like changed the actual main theme just a bit, but this movie's pretty good with its theme. Yeah, there's really nothing bad I can say about this movie. This movie's pretty much like the best sequel, because a lot of people prefer either Halloween 2, which is this movie, or like Halloween 2018 as a proper sequel. I highly disagree with that. Halloween 2018, don't get me wrong, I'll get to that later later on in the future. I'll get to it and I'll review it. But I still prefer Halloween 2 over the 2018 version because this is the story, this is the sequel that I grew up with, nostalgia, and yeah, come on. It has Dr. Loomis, it has Jamie Lee Curtis in this movie. It literally takes place in the same Halloween night. It takes place literally seconds after where it left off, so it's all on the same night in a creepy hospital. Like, come on. Like, this movie is just better than 2018 Halloween, in my opinion. This one is a proper sequel.
Janet, go tell Mr. Garrett we're having trouble with the phones.
There is no place to hide. He will always find you.
Yeah, this movie has one of the most climactic endings to any horror slasher horror franchise. The ending's pretty crazy, and that's all I could say. I'm not gonna spoil that. I don't know what else to say about this movie. This movie is just good. It's basically it's the same love that I have for the original one, but I still like the original one the best, of course. This movie it's good, but it's nearly not as good as the original one. But this movie is still a worthy sequel. So I have to rate this movie out of 10. I would give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. I thought this movie was great, a great sequel, a proper sequel, and just a great cast, a great developing story, little twists and turns. So I love the sequel. So that was my quick review of Halloween 2, 1981. Please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next Halloween movie.
Halloween 2. More of the night he came home.